Welcome to another episode of Women in Focus. Our woman in focus today is an amazing artist. Her name is Ankita Joshi, and she had a lovely concert here a little while ago, and she's our woman in focus today, and I got her to stay here before she goes away to India. Ankita ji, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you, Sushma ji, for having me. Really, it's been a wonderful these days I spent here.
Yes.
So, very grateful.
You did a concert in Vancouver,
Yeah.
and then you did a concert in Calgary, I understand.
Yes.
And both those were fantastic.
By grace of God, yes, and blessings of my Guruji.
Now, when you were at the studio, you and I were talking about your life, and when I saw you at the concert in Vancouver, and we'll play a little bit of that as well in today's program, it was just out of this world. Your voice has got a beautiful range, and you have come under Pandit Jasraj School of Music Foundation's umbrella.
Yes.
Now, tell me, when was the first time you realized that you can sing and that you like singing?
Firstly, very thankful to Pandit Jasraj School of Music, Vancouver, and dear Ashaji and all the members of this foundation for inviting me here. And again, coming back to your question, I started learning at the age of 6, and my first guru, my uncle, Shri Lakshmikant Ji Ravande, he started teaching me, and he thought that I can sing. So he's the person who is responsible for my musical journey. At the beginning. Yeah. And yeah, that's how I started learning.
So when your uncle saw you and heard you singing, what was it? Were you just singing a filmy song, or were you just singing, you know, a bhajan, or what was it?
So I come from a spiritual background. My Nanaji, my grandfather, he was a kirtankar and Sanskrit scholar.
Wow.
So the music was there in the house, from my mother's side, and my uncle, my Mamaji, is a very good composer, singer, and a great teacher. So the music was everywhere. So I could just learn and start singing the bhajans, the abhang, the traditional abhangs written by the saints of Maharashtra.
Wow, wow. So where were you born?
I was born in Nanded.
Acha, which is how far from a biggest city?
From Mumbai, it's 400 and 500 kilometers. Yeah.
Okay. And is Nanded a small town, or is it a bustling town?
It's a beautiful city, and there is a beautiful Gurudwara, Huzur Sahib, Guru Govind Singh Ji.
Acha.
So yeah, it's
Nanded mein.
Yeah.
Lovely. So now music, everybody says that, all musicians say that, whether they are Western or Eastern, that music has no language, no religion. Music is a language that everybody understands, right?
Yes.
And do you feel that way too?
Yes, absolutely.
So you have no issue in singing a bhajan and then singing, doing kirtan, you know, doing gurbani.
All I know that music is a great therapy, and I'm going to try to get people closer through my music. And
I think beautifully said. You know, it is a therapy, because even if you're hurting and you listen to music, you feel good. And if you're happy, you sing anyway, right?
Yes.
Now, when you, and this is not a very fair question, but I'll ask you anyway.
Yeah.
When you are singing, there must be different ragas, right? That you follow. And in each gharana, there are some certain formats that you have to follow.
Yeah.
Which is your most favorite song to go to, or music to go to, or rag to go to?
I have a very special connection with rag Bihag.
Bihag.
Yeah, so that was the first rag I heard my Guruji singing in cassette.
Yes.
And I started copying that whole rendition of 30 minutes in my own little way. So yeah, that is my very special
So give
rag.
me an idea of rag Bihag.
Sure. लट उलझी सुलझा जा बालम, लट उलझी सुलझा जा बालम, हाथ न मेहंदी लगी मोरे बालम, हाथ न मेहंदी लगी मोरे बालम, लट उलझी सुलझा जा बालम, लट उलझी सुलझा जा बालम, लट उलझी।
ब्यूटीफुल, लट उलझी
Thank you.
सुलझा जा बालम, हाथों में मेहंदी लगी है, मैं अपनी लट संवार नहीं सकती।
जी।
Isn't that just beautiful? So now I want to take a short break, but I want to come back and talk about your family life.
Sure.
You growing up in Nandir and how, because I understand at a very young age you went to Pandit Jasraj School of Music and started
Yes,
learning from
yes.
him. We'll take a short break and we'll be right back with our guest, an amazing singer, Ankita Joshi. Welcome back to Women in Focus. Our woman in focus today is Ankita Joshi. Your concert was amazing. I want to show some pieces of that at the end of this little piece. But I wanted to take you to your childhood. You said you were born in Nandir.
Yeah.
So at the age of 6, you started, you know, learning from your uncle.
Yes.
And education-wise, how was it?
So I studied till my 5th grade, and then I moved to Mumbai
Okay.
to learn from my Guruji Sangeet Martan Pandit Jasraj ji.
Right.
Yeah.
So what about your education? Would you go to school there as
Yes,
well?
yes.
You had to go to
Yes.
school as well.
Yeah.
And then come home and practice your singing.
Yes.
So riyaz karna jo hai, you know, when you are practicing your singing and your music, how long does that take in a day?
Music practice is also a mental riyaz also, but as well as the practical. So I used to learn from Guruji every day,
Right.
and then I used to do school,
Right.
come back and do my homework, and again Guruji used to teach. So this happened like for till my 10th grade,
Yes.
and then I started also traveling with him after my 10th grade.
I see. So wherever he would be performing,
Yeah.
you would go with him.
Yeah.
What was your role in that?
So I used to give vocal support.
Acha.
And the great thing, I learned under him in Gurukul Paddhati tradition,
Yes.
where you live, stay at your teacher's house
Wow.
as a family member.
Right.
And you are surrounded by music 24/7. So Guruji used to give interviews or meet, you know, great people coming,
Yes.
and they used to talk about music. I was fortunate to, you know, listen to that conversation and learn a lot
Right.
from it.
What about your own family? How many siblings?
I have one younger brother,
Uh-huh.
yeah, mother, father.
And they're still in Nandir?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
are Nanded, and my family keep shuffling to, because they like Nanded more. So they come for me, and yeah, I have a sweet little family. I have a nephew also.
Yeah, that's nice. Now, you know, living at your guru's house, that's, as you mentioned, under Gurukul Paddhati and their system, how difficult or easy is it to be 24/7 with the person who's your teacher?
Yeah, yeah. You have to just, you know, be alert all
Yeah.
the time, and you never know what great thing you can learn from him.
Ah,
You just have to be alert all the time.
right.
He's keep giving, and you have to just learn.
Now, Pandit Jasraj himself was a very accomplished, obviously, an amazing
yeah.
artist himself, and belonged to a family that had its roots in Mumbai
Yeah.
and Bollywood. I was talking to Asha ji, and she told me that Pandit Jasraj's daughter was V. Shantaram's, Pandit Jasraj's wife was V. Shantaram's daughter.
Yeah, yeah.
So did you ever get to meet people who are in the film industry and all that?
Yes, I did a lot. I mean, I'll tell you a very important thing I've learned when my my grandfather used to recite Bhagavad Katha.
Yes.
He said, when you find a right teacher, you'll get everything in the world, whatever you desire.
Wow.
So in my childhood, I wanted few things in my life. We keep imagining, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to meet this person, I want to. Trust me, when I went to Guruji, I got everything that I didn't imagine also.
Wow. Wow.
So that one thing, at my very early age, I had that trust in what he said,
Yeah.
and that happened to me. So yes, I got to meet so many great people.
Amazing, amazing. And when he used to go out for concerts in India, throughout India you went with him. What about outside of India?
Oh, I'll tell you one very funny thing.
Yeah.
So I went with him to Belgium,
Right.
and I came in 2-3 days. So my friend couldn't, believe me that you really went to Belgium. How can you come so early in 2-3 days? So yeah, it was wonderful.
Yeah.
The auditorium, the atmosphere is so great.
Yeah.
And the listeners are, like, especially foreigners are.
Yeah.
They love Indian classical music.
Especially if they understand classical music, any kind of classical music, they would be more prone to understand Indian classical music, because Western music is written. I asked you this question as well. Whereas Indian music is not written. You will not follow a piece of paper and do your recital. You will do it improvised. And your accompanying people will follow you, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And so, how do the tabla person or the percussion person understand, or how does the harmonium person understand where you are and where you're going to go? They know where you are.
Yeah, yeah.
But where are you going to go? How would they know that? Do you have to practice with them?
What a lovely question. I try to give it in a shorter way.
Yeah.
See, we learn the similar ragas.
I see.
The harmonium artists learn the same ragas. Maybe the composition is similar or different.
Right.
Tabla player has 2-3 roles to play. Like he'll do the accompaniment with the vocals,
Right.
then with dance, and then solo.
Ah.
So we have the similar tals.
Right. So he understands those tals, yes.
Yeah. So and harmonium artist knows the rag very well, so he can follow wherever I.
And even if you do a deviation, he can do the deviation with you.
Yeah.
Because when you were doing your performance, there were so many different deviations that you did. And then you had your language, right? Hand language. Whether you want fast or up or down.
Yeah,
you know. So that understanding you have to have with every artist.
Yes.
Is it the same or is it different?
It's same.
It's almost the same, right?
Yeah.
Like people that play music with you in India, and people you've never played with Sunny Matharu or Bindeji, but you met them and they understood you.
Yes, absolutely.
So that shows that they were good artists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I want to take a short break, but I want to come back and get you to start with a little composition. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about what do you expect in life for yourself as a musician, as a singer, and you've sung in Bollywood movies as well.
Yeah.
Right. We'll talk about that.
Yes, sure.
Ankita Joshi is our Woman in Focus today. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
केसरिया बालम आवो केसरिया बालम आवो जी पधारो हमारे देश रंग गयो तन आज मेरो मन हुआ केसरिया तो संग लागे नैन जी केसरिया बालम केसरिया बालम आवोनी पधारो मारे देश.
Wow, wow, beautiful. We're talking to Ankita Joshi, and she had a fantastic concert here in Canada, many concerts. If I asked you, where would you take your music? You're so young, and you've got a huge, journey ahead of you.
Yes.
What are you expecting out of music, and what are you expecting to give?
Wow, what a question. I'm really, as I said, very fortunate to pursue music as my career, and I just want to just keep singing till the last day of my life. And yeah, through my music, if I can do something for the betterment of this world and this society, that would be my great fortune.
Good, fantastic, good answer. Obviously, as a person who is peace-loving, I didn't expect anything else from you. Now, let me take you to the music world that you belong to, but the world that Bollywood has created. There was a time when the lyrics and the music, you listen to the songs and you listen to the music, the composition, and it sort of touched your heart. I don't see many songs being written today that have any meaning. What are your thoughts on that?
See, I try to look something good in everything. And
I didn't expect anything else.
I don't focus on the
negative.
Yeah. Somehow, and sometimes I like the beat, or sometimes I like that groove.
Yeah.
Or it just, I try to see good things and I'm just
go on.
Yeah, go on. Yeah.
Just move on, huh?
Yes.
At the moment, whatever is happening in the Bollywood film industry or the Marathi music industry, what is it that can be improved or that you like?
As you said, the lyrics and the meaning.
That can be improved. they have lost themselves in the lyrics.
I think it's maybe it's a demand of this hour.
No, they are pandering to the lowest denomination of the community, I think. That's what they're pandering to.
It's going to just change.
Do you think so?
Yeah, I'm very hopeful.
You're hopeful? Okay. Eternal hopeful, huh?
Yes.
That it'll change.
Yes.
Ankita ji, where do you see yourself in the next 10 years?
I just want to keep singing.
I knew you'd say that.
And meet great people like you.
That's so sweet.
And want to take my music everywhere possible and teach. And as they say that you have to carry forward the legacy.
Right.
I mean, whatever the great learnings I have learned, I want to carry forward and give that. Then only I am repaying. That is my Guru Dakshina.
The debt to your Guru.
Because my Guruji never took any fees from me.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, nothing?
Nothing.
Even staying at his house?
No, nothing.
Really?
Yeah.
So you owe a lot to him?
Yes.
So at what age did you go to his house?
At 10.
At the age of 10?
Yes.
And
I did my masters and in music.
And now you're not living at his house?
No.
Now you...
From few years, I've started living independently. Yeah. And one thing I want to mention, my Guru Ma is Women in Focus, the name of this show.
Yes.
My Guruji's wife.
Yes.
She was very caring. She's my second mother, I would say. So I want to thank her as well. Yeah.
But you know what? Teachers can teach and people can take as much as they can. And I think you've had one of the best teachers, and you have taken a lot from him. Yes. You've learned a lot from him, and that shows in your singing, that shows in your attitude.
Thank you.
And we are blessed to have you come to our city and perform here.
This is beautiful, Sid. This is like, I'm having such a good time. I feel so peaceful. This beauty is like so inspiring, and I want to keep coming to this beautiful country.
We'll keep inviting you to come here.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for taking time and talking to us. I know you're leaving soon to go back home, but when you come again, we would love to meet you again.
Same here. Thank you for having me, and I had a really great time with you, Sushma ji.
Thank you. We're going to play a little piece from Ankita ji's concert. And I want to thank you for being our Woman in Focus today.
Thank you. It's an honor for me.
Don't go away. We'll be right back.